Everybody knows that venture capital has a massive diversity problem, but it's not as easy to fix as saying, give more money to Asian Americans, give more money to women, and here's why. For decades, people have tried this strategy, whether that's through diversity focused funds or through philanthropic endeavors as well, and in no cases has that actually worked out and generated returns for people. And a big part of this problem is adverse selection. And unfortunately, this is something that we're going to have to fix before we actually fix the diversity issues in venture. What I mean by this is that the total rate of ethnically diverse founders is lower. The total rate of female founders is lower. And what happens is these funds will raise a big enough vehicle that they have to deploy into these minority classes, into diversity. And because there are not enough good deals to do, just because in any case, I think that most founders are pretty equal and that most companies have the same odds of success as anything else. And if you have to do every deal in a category, you're going to do a lot more bad deals than you do good deals. This then leads to downstream lacks of capital, so your companies won't get funded because you had to do bad deals. And in turn, that leads to you returning poorly as a VC and your LP saying, well, your thesis doesn't actually work. Diversity doesn't generate more capital, when in reality, it's a top of funnel issue. Not only does diversity need to start at a VC level and we need more diverse venture capital firms, but it also needs to start at a university level and going to places where people may not necessarily be founding startups. It's much easier to found a startup if you're a white person at Harvard who's third generation wealthy, right? And making this a real pathway that people who are diverse can take and providing resources to help and guide them into joining an entrepreneurial journey so that you do get the top talent of founders versus just the very few founders who can afford to or who are risky enough or who can take those chances to found a startup. Diversity in venture is a very real problem, and it has to change on all levels, from an allocator side, an LP side, from a venture side, and from a top of funnel from a startup side, in order for us to actually see any differences in who found startups and why.